Welcome, language learners from all around the globe, to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you've just started your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with British history read by a native speaker. Together, we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website www.onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love of the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, and share your own language journey. So, whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets in Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Today's episode is called Death of Bond's Author. In the exciting world of spy stories, there's a famous name that shines brightly: Ian Fleming. People from all over the world know him for creating the famous British spy character, James Bond. Ian Fleming was born on May 28, 1908, in London, England. He grew up in a wealthy family and had a mix of charm and a love for adventure. He went to upper-class schools like Eton and Sandhurst Military Academy. It seemed like he would become a soldier. But during World War II, he had some experiences that would help him become a writer. During the war, Fleming worked for the Navy. He worked on secret missions and learned a lot about spying. This helped him write his stories later on. He met real spies and learned about how they worked. These experiences were the starting point for his famous character, James Bond. In 1953, Fleming wrote a book called Casino Royale. This book introduced the world to James Bond, a cool and mysterious spy. People loved the character right away. Bond was different from other heroes of that time. He had flaws and was more like a real person, which made him easy to like. Fleming's writing style made Bond's world come alive. He described things really well and made the action exciting. He created places that were far away and dangerous, and that made readers want to keep reading. His stories were so good that they started a whole new kind of spy storytelling. James Bond became really popular, not just in books, but also in movies. The first Bond movie was Dr. No in 1962. It made James Bond even more famous. Fleming's work changed how people think about spies and adventure. He made people want to escape into exciting stories. Even though Ian Fleming passed away on this day, 12th of August, 1964, his stories are still loved today. He created a character, James Bond, who is loved by many people, even new generations. His books and movies continue to be a big part of our culture. They will be remembered for a long time. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you have any lingering questions or want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further, whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics. I'm here to guide you on your English journey. Reach out to me through my website or social media platforms, and let's embark on a personalised learning experience together. I have been involved with training people for more than 10 years. I've been teaching English as a second language for over a year, in which time I have taught over 500 students, many of whom are regulars. But wait, there's more. If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining our Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps us bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of our show. Your support truly means the world to me, and we couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining us on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.